Hello, fellow gamers. Welcome back for another tier list video. And today I'm gonna rank every single map in Smash Bros. That's right. This is every map from 64 to Ultimate, and that even includes some of the cut maps that weren't in Ultimate. So, so yeah, like these two, and yeah. Um. Anyways, I'm gonna just start right away since it is probably gonna be a long video, just like my last tier list. So, um, yeah. Anyways, so first we got pointless slash disaster. This is basically maps that suck playing on and just have no reason to exist. Um, boring slash lacking, meaning it's boring to play on. Doesn't have a lot of detail. Doesn't have a lot to offer. Balance slash average. Basically, most of the tournament legal maps and maps that are fairly balanced in terms of how gimmicky they are. Fun and detailed maps are just very fun to play on, or maps that look cool, that look have a very pretty style or background. And finally, hype slash very unique maps that have the most interesting gimmicks and are the most fun to play on objectively. So yeah, I'm just gonna get started right away. Just gonna quickly put all of these into the balanced tier just because these are the maps that you're always going to play on if you're having a serious match. So let me just move them around a bit. This is Battlefield, Big Battlefield, and Small Battlefield. Very, very strange naming, I know. And then there's Final Destination. I prefer Final Destination just because it is as basic as you can get. No platforms, no gimmicks, and plus the background is very cool. So yeah, now we're gonna get started with the Smash 64 maps. Peach's Castle. This has always been a very bizarre looking map just because of how it's laid out. Like I don't know, it's kind of messy. So I'm gonna have to put it down here. It's not a terrible map, but I do wish I do they could have just put it in front of the castle. You know how in Mario 64 you can run around the castle in the front of the castle. They could have just done that, but I don't know. It's just a very weird map. Like, I don't know. They could have done more with that game, which they did, which I'll go over later. Next, we got Congo Jungle 64. Or I think it's just called. Yeah, it's just called Congo Jungle in Ultimate since they renamed this map to something else. But I'm going to put this in the balanced tier just because nothing about it is obnoxious. It's fairly simple layout. There's a barrel at the bottom in case you fall off, which can sometimes save you. So not too bad of a map. Next we got what is it? Hyrule Castle. That's what it's called. Um, again, just nothing much to say. There is a tornado, which I think it's the only map with a tornado. I could be wrong. So it's a little bit unique in that sense, but yeah, not too bad of a map. I don't think the tornado's annoying. You can easily avoid it, or you can knock someone into it. So it can be fun. Actually, I'm gonna put it a little bit higher just for that. Um, Super Happy Tree. I think this used to be called something else, but I'm not too sure. Um, it's just I don't know. It has a very weird layout, kind of like Peach's Castle, but yeah, it's a little bit better. So I'll put it higher. I think they could have just if they would have taken out the clouds on the sides, I think I would have put it up here. But I don't know. It's just a very weird layout. Next, we got Dreamland, and this is the only tournament legal map in Smash 64. So for that, I am gonna have to put it in the balanced tier. The only hazard that this map has is the wind, but that can be that's tolerable enough. So next we got Saffron City, and this map, uh, I don't know. It's a cool map, but I just don't like the left side of the map. So that's really the only thing bad I have to say about this map. The Pokemon that spawn in the middle might get in the way, but you can kind of just avoid it if you know when they appear. So I'll put it in balance, but I'll have to put it down there in the bottom or all the way on the right. Next we got Mushroom Kingdom. Um, yeah, there's gonna be some redundant names later on, so just keep that in mind. But this is the 64 version of Mushroom Kingdom, and it's a cool background, I guess. I know it's very basic. It's from the very first Mario game, but um, really nothing much else to say about this map. I mean, it's got cool. It's got some pipes you can go into, some cool stuff, some walk-offs, which I don't really have a problem with walk-offs. You can avoid them. You can screw over the other person that's camping at the edges. So I consider that a balance factor when taking casual play into consideration. All right, so now we got the cut maps from Smash 64. This one is Sector Z. I think that's what it's called. Basically, it's like Corneria, but it's a lot bigger in size. So I kind of wish they brought this one into Ultimate instead of Corneria, or just kept remaking this one, because I do think it's fairly interesting map. I kind of like the background too, but oh well. And then this one's basically Brinstar. I think it's called Planet Zebes, something like that. But Brinstar's already in the game, so there's really no reason for them to bring this map back. Next we got Princess Peach's Castle. Not Peach's Castle, but Princess Peach's Castle. Big difference. Yeah. It's a cool map. Fighting on top of her castle. This is kind of like what I talked about when discussing this map. How they could have just done it in front of the castle, but I think on top of the castle works fine too. So every once in a while there will be a bullet bill that'll destroy half the map and some random blocks you can hit, but they're not too bad. So I'll put it in balanced just because you can avoid it. Next we got, what is this map? Rainbow Cruise or Rainbow Ride, whatever you want. That's what the map is based off of. Is Rainbow Ride from Mario 64. Um, the concept was okay, but it definitely wasn't executed well, since there's a lot of moving around, a lot of scrolling, and it works fine in that sense, but it's not the best map to fight on. It does look nice, I will admit. It looks nice, so I will put it up here. The background looks nice, the ship looks cool. Actually, I'm gonna put it down there. But yeah, not the worst scrolling map. They did their best. Next, we got Congo Falls, and again, nothing else to say. I guess the only problem I have with this map is maybe the little platform on the right, but otherwise, this is a pretty decent map. Um, this one sucks. I'm not a big fan of water maps, so yeah, these two I'm actually gonna put them down here just because there's way too much water, way too much water. So yeah, they're going down there. I think this one's a little bit more tolerable, but they're still pretty bad overall. Next we got Temple, and objectively, this is the best big map to play on, the most tolerable one by far. Like you can just look up um the Temple map, and you'll probably find like different like fan-made sections of it. Like this is like the Fight Club or something like that. I don't know, but yeah. Next we got Brintstar. So it's basically this map, but a lot better and a lot more interesting. So I'm gonna put it up here. You can basically break apart some of the map, and it still has the lava rising, and it also has a big ball sack in the background if you look hard enough. So yeah, cool map. Next we got Yoshi's Island, I believe. Let me look at it. Yeah, Yoshi's Island Melee version. There are a couple Yoshi Islands in this game, so I apologize for the redundant names. This one has got a pretty cool layout. It's just a platform or like a straight line, and then like a slant on the left and another big slant on the right. Except the right side is a walk off, and the left you can just throw them off the map or something. I don't know. It's difficult to explain, but I'd say it's a fairly it's kind of chaotic. Not that I'm remembering. Like you can just toss them on, like bounce them around the freaking rotating blocks. So it can be fun in that sense. I'll put it up here. Why not? And now we got Yoshi's Story, another tournament legal map from Melee. I think this one's a little bit more interesting than Dream Island or Dreamland, so I'll put it a little bit higher. Also because of Randall. Yeah, everyone remembers Randall. And this one, another pretty basic tournament legal map, except instead of it just being a Battlefield clone, the platforms can move up and down every once in a while, so a little bit interesting. Also, the map looks cool. Yeah. Now we got. Is it called Green Greens? Yeah. It's kind of big. It's pretty big from the sides, but I don't think it's that bad of a map. It's a pretty alright map, so I will put it. I'll put it a little bit higher than the tournament legal ones. Actually, no. I think I should put these. I think I should put them lower. Actually, I'm gonna put this one here. Put this one lower, and then I'll keep these two up here. All right. Next, we got Corneria, and this is basically Sector Z, but smaller in comparison. So I will have to put it lower. I'm gonna still put it right next to it, but I'm gonna put it lower, just because it's basically the same map. Next, we got Venom, and it's basically Corneria, but the ship is going towards the camera, so that's the only difference. And I think the background looks cool as well. So, I don't know if I want to put it up here because the layout does kind of suck, but I guess I'll put it up here. It's not too bad of a map. Next, we got Pokemon Stadium 1 from Melee, and yeah, it's another tournament legal map, so I'll put it higher than the other ones just because I think the transformations work well. Next, we got Poke Floats, and it's a very cool map in concept. Fighting on it is just chaos, but oh man, I'm just like imagining what a map like this would look like in the new Smash Bros. With like all how many Pokemon? Like 1,000 Pokemon now. Like I'm just kind of imagining that, and it would make for a pretty sick map. But obviously, it would just be chaos fighting on it. I'm gonna put this a little higher than Temple just because it's a lot more unique than Temple. But yeah, next we got On It, and this map is pretty fun. Like cool layout. Cars can drive by every once in a while and can mess someone up. It is awesome. Um, what is it? I think this is Mushroom Kingdom again, but for Melee. I don't. It's the same thing as this map, basic, pretty much. Mm, but it, I don't know. The background looks a little more cooler since it's a lot more colorful. But yeah, and also keep in mind that I never played Smash 64 in Melee, so nostalgia may take place in this list. So I apologize if some of the rankings are a bit inaccurate to you, but oh well. Next we got this. What is it? Mushroom Kingdom 2, right? Yep. This is from Mario Bros. 2. I don't know. It's just a small map. I don't think it's not very good. Too small. Can die easily from the edges. Nothing else to say. Next we got Brinstar Depths, and I don't like this map just because the rotating concept. I mean, it's a cool concept, but doesn't. It just doesn't work since most of the map, I guess that can rotate into is it's not It's not very playable. Next we got Mute City, and honestly, there's just better F Zero maps, so I'm gonna have to put it down here. Really, no reason to bring it back. Big Blue, another very cool map. You can fight on the freaking cars or on the spaceships that drive by once in a while. Get knocked on the road, you're pretty much dead. Next we got what is this map called? Foresight. Um, Again, I think this is another very cool map and concept. Being able to fight on top of the buildings, just like in Princess Peach's castle, except there is a lot more going on. The background looks cool. Every once in a while, there will be a UFO that you can fight on. Next, we got Icicle Mountain, and from what I heard, this is a terrible map because it's basically just like this one right here. Um, so next we got Flat Zone, and since Flat Zone X exists, really no reason to bring this map back. All right, now onto the Brawl maps. Oh boy, the game that I grew up playing, Smash Bros. Brawl. Um, First we got Delfino Plaza, I think. I don't. Where is it? Yeah, Delfino Plaza. I do have my Switch like in front of me, so I can just look back and see what the maps are called for reference. So, anyways, I'm gonna put this up here just because it looks very cool, and it's also fun to fight on. Um, Next we got Mushroomy Kingdom. Yeah, this one redundant name. I know. I think the concept it's a cool concept, but I don't know, the background is just boring. I sometimes call this the boring personality map just because it's just sand, the desert, like it's just so boring looking. The concept works fine, but it's I don't know. They could have just used the textures here or here. Like they could have done anything else, but I don't know why they changed it to have a desert look. It just doesn't match at all. Oh well. Next we got Mario Circuit or Figure Eight Circuit. Um, I like this map. It's a cool map. Obviously there is a better Mario Kart map, which we'll get into later. Um, Anyways, next we got WarioWare, and I've always liked this map since I first played on it, just because the concept and the gimmick is it works very well with this game. So basically, every once in a while there will be this mini game that you can play, and if you do whatever it tells you, you'll get an item or a power up. So you can grow bigger, you can get invincibility, or you can just troll and mess them up while they're doing the mini game and use that to your advantage. So a lot you can do on that map. Next we got Bridge of Eldin. Nothing else to say. It's just a very basic flat layout with walk offs on the edge. Every once in a while, the middle will get destroyed, but it's really not that big of a deal. Next, we got Norfair. Oh boy, I know people might hate this map, but I kind of like this map. I don't know why. I just the hazards work well. The layout's pretty unique too. So basically, it's just like Brinstar, but the lava is much more chaotic, and every once in a while there will be like a huge lava fall or like a wave of lava just rushing towards you, and you have to hide inside a capsule in order to not die from it. Very cool map. Next, we got Frigate Orpheon. Um, I don't know. I never really liked this map just because it's kind of boring, just like Mushroomy Kingdom. But all it does is there's just a few platforms on the bottom, and then every once in a while it'll flip, and then that's it. I don't know. Kind of boring. Next, we got Yoshi's Island for Brawl. Again, another very basic layout. I'll put it right next to Yoshi's Story. Um, Next we got Halberd. Pretty cool map. I like the background. I like the big ass ship in the background that you can play inside when you're doing the story mode for Brawl. Not sure where to put this though. I'd say it's balanced. I guess the end part of the map can be a little annoying, but it's not the worst. So I'll put it. Where should I put it? I'll put it right above Fountain Dreams. Okay, next we got Lilac Cruise, and I think I'm gonna put it right next to the other Star Fox maps. Not sure where I could put this though. I think I'm gonna put it right in between Sector Z and Corneria. I just think the background is cooler. That's all really. Next we got Pokemon Stadium 2 from Brawl. Same thing as Pokemon Stadium 1, except the hazards are less tolerable, but it's still a tournament legal map, so I kind of had to put it in the middle. So, yeah, nothing much else to say. Next, we got Port Town Aerodive. I have a feeling that people might dislike this map just because of the cars, but I don't see that as a problem. So, I am going to put it right next to the Mario Kart map. Next, we got Castle Siege, and I'm going to put this up here just because the transformations work very well. None of them are super hazardous or boring or anything like that. Actually, I think I'm gonna put it next to Foresight. Um, what is this? This is Distant Planet, the Pikmin map. I used to like this map more when I was little, just because I would always try to knock my enemies into the freaking worm's mouth. I don't know. It's just something I used to do a lot. But as I look at it now, it kind of sucks just because of the water and just the weird, bizarre layout. But yeah, next we got Smashville, aka the funny hoo ha map. Um, I'll put it, I'll put it right here. I mean, it's a tournament legal map, obviously, so I gotta put it in the middle. This one, obviously, I have to put it down here. It's no, actually, I think this one goes down there. Big maps suck. That's all I have to say. Next, we got Summit, and I like and don't like this map. I don't know. It's kind of weird to me. Like, it's a cool map. I like the background. Some of the hazards can be a little annoying, such as the water, but that only happens in some parts of the map. So I'll put it up here. Um, this map, I'm gonna have to put it here. Again, this is another map that I used to like when I was younger, just because it was satisfying breaking the platforms. But now there are just better maps that have that same concept. So yeah, the layout sucks. not fun to play on. You can't jump through the platforms unless you break them, so it's just a more annoying map to play on. This map, man, I had to put it up here, dude. This map is fun as hell. Like, so this is kind of like a vertical map, but not at the same time, because there's walls on two sides. You can break the walls, or you can just try to knock them all the way up. And each time you try to do that, they just bounce everywhere, and I think it's fun. I think it's hilarious too. Cool map. Um, this one, same thing with this one. This one's is also very fun, just because you can pretty much break the entire map and just have like a flat arena, kind of like Final Destination, but oh man, it's such a fun map. Next we got Pirate Ship, and I think the concept is pretty cool. Being able to fight on a ship. There is water on the sides, but I mean it's not that big of a deal since you can at least get out of it. But if you are on the left side, then you're screwed because if you get under the ship, you'll probably die. So yeah, just be careful. Next we got Spear Pillar. This is another map that I've always liked, kind of like Norfair, but a lot of people don't like this map, and I can understand why. Some of the hazards can be annoying, but you know, they're tolerable for me. I also think the aesthetic is cool and the music that plays. If you're playing on Brawl, the music selection is pretty good. So, this one is going at the bottom. Reason why it was cut from the game. It sucks. This one also sucks. Putting it down here. This one, again, this is another map that people hate, but I like this map just because it is fun throwing shells at people. So I'll put it next to Summit. This one just hurts my eyes. Too much green. Um, and now we got, what is it? Green Hill Zone. Um, yeah, I'm gonna put it up here. The layout's fairly basic, but I think it looks cool. The background looks cool. Seeing all the Sonic characters run around. I'm just not too sure where to put this. I think I'll put it. Uh, I'll put it right next to. Actually, no. I should put it like up here. I'll put it up here next to Foresight. All right. Now we got a couple more cut maps from Brawl. We got PictoChat. Yes, this is different from PictoChat 2 since there is different layouts, different drawings. I feel like they could have just combined them together and make a new map, but oh well. The concept is cool, so I will put it up here. I'm gonna have to put it at the very bottom just because it was cut from the game, and there's already a second version, so. And then we got Flat Zone 2, and there's no reason for this map to exist since um again there's Flat Zone X, just like what I said before. So